Do you look at your schedule and say, why did I sign up for this? Tulsa, Florida State, Missouri,
every
3
year.
weeks, or do you know you're going to be in a better shape into the heart of the season because of it, or both?
Well, you know, and I mean this. Hopefully, you're in a better position late in the year as a result of it, and that's only if you don't get your quarterback hurt and you win. If those two things, you know, don't happen, then you shouldn't have scheduled it. So, but you know, whatever, that's just the way it is.
Bobby, several years ago you were sort of rare in your schedule. It looks like most teams are coming around to what Oklahoma's been doing the last 5 years. Almost
Yeah,
all,
you see a little more.
all the big name powers are playing better schedules. Does that make it easier on you think?
You know, I don't. You know, I make light of it here, but I don't question it. I feel, especially, and I mean that. I guess I do mean no only if you win, but then you're crucified for it. But at the end, but my point being is now without the championship game, I think it's really positive that we are playing the schedule we are, and so it would be hard if we're able to do well through it out to, you know, to not say that, hey, we haven't lived up to being a top team, you know, with the teams we've played and where we've played them and all of that. So, I believe me, I have been totally on board with Joe and our scheduling, and because if I wasn't, we wouldn't be playing these schedules. So I'm good with it.
Bob, can you talk about Whaley? Because to the layman, it's a little bit of a surprise to see him as an either-or starter. Because Finch got a lot of playing time last year.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You know, I said to the layman who hasn't seen a practice or a scrimmage or anything like that for all spring and all summer, have no idea, you know, where we see him every day. We know.
Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, he's a strong guy that makes plays. He got good hands, pass protector. He's got good speed, good vision, consistently works hard. You know, all of those things. But that's not to say we don't like some, you know, our other guys too. But right now, overall, consistently through spring, through summer, he has been the most consistent and done the best to be in that position. Now also, you know, there's different, you know, depending on what we're doing, you know, there may be different guys that we like, you know, differently, depending on, again, the different schemes we're working or what we're doing. But those other guys are all going to play, and probably equally as much.
Is it tougher for a walk-on to get a look, to get on the radar?
Not on our team. We've had a history of playing in a lot of them and putting a lot of them on scholarship.
Not necessarily a running back, though. As
Well, you
the
could have
feature
said
back.
that about tight end until Trent Rattery. You could have said that about defensive end until Roger Steffen. I mean, you know, it's no different than any other position. We don't have a lot at any position, but we've had them throughout.
You said Finch's playing time last year doesn't mean anything. You doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean, there's a long time since last year till now. And Roy's going to play, and we like Roy. So just because he may be someone's favorite, we love him. I think the kid, he's a wonderful guy, and he'll play. But you know, our job is to win. So we don't play favorites. We don't play this, that, or the other. We play the guy we feel gives us the best opportunity at the time. That's the only way to keep your job in this business.
Did you all know anything about him at Lawton Mack? I mean, he's open bond. I mean, did you guys look at him or anything? High school?
You know, I can't remember, but I'm sure Coach Gundy, you know, evaluated him. Sure.
Was there a particular part during camp that you remember he just stood out and earned that starting role?
No, but I remember two summers ago, he ran so wild on the defense, we had an IV. They had to carry him off cramping. I said they had to IV him. He ran so many yards on him. So, so he's been consistently good. No, in a scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
Are you concerned about the depth of linebacker now? It looks like behind your starters, you got people who haven't played much.
Absolutely. But it's what happens when you get injuries, and you know that's sometimes you can't avoid it.
Can you talk about Kenny and some of the problems he may present as quarterback at Tulsa?
You know, the experience, the maturity of him, his ability to run and really throw the ball. I think he's a, you know, he's a great player. Obviously, he's a Conference USA player of the year, offensive player of the year. So he does a lot of excellent things of improvising, making plays, running the ball. But also he's a good thrower. So it'll be a big challenge.
Some people have compared him at times to a Zach Robinson. People we've seen more. Is that fair? Or?
I don't know. I don't know how to. They run a different system and all, so I don't know how you. I guess you can. I don't know. Those people may have seen them more than me. I don't compare guys that way.
Bob, your corners have played at such a high level. What kind of luxuries or what kind of things can you do because they cover so well, do so well in terms of defense?
We play good defense. Usually, if your corners are playing well, but can't say we could play more of this or that. We've been always very multiple in coverages, man, zone, different zones. So, you know, we're not just because they can do something, now we're going to play all man. And it hurts you in other places, you know. So it just allows you to play a little bit better and more consistently usually, you know, when those guys play well.
You said all the way back to Dallas, even your interior guys on defense are improved and better. If you put up tape from last fall at the end of the season to now, it dramatic difference, or how much of the guys?
Well, we haven't played yet. I don't know how to.
Scrimmages and I mean.
Well, I just see their overall play in practice is better, so so we'll see how that translates to games. You know.
Do you like the Big 12? Is it 10-team or 12-team? Second part, do you keep in touch with Joe as what's going to be going on?
Sure, I keep in touch with Joe and President Bourne, and they inform me and let me, you know, keep me up to date on, you know, how things are going or what the latest is. And you know, do I like the 10 team? Sure. Do I like the 12 better? Probably. But you know, we'll see. You know, a 10, you know, would have been fine, but if you know, but we'll see. But 12, obviously, in today's landscape and with the championship game, is probably better.
You ready to see Notre Dame come in?
Sure.
Would you like?
We got to play them next year anyway, so
Would you like?
might as well be in conference. Maybe that's the invitation they were waiting on.
Would you like to see Notre Dame in? And do you plan to subscribe to the Longhorn Network?
No, sure I'd like to see Notre Dame in. Who wouldn't? And then there's been rumor though that the Longhorn Network's going to carry my coach's show. So I don't know if that's true or not, but.
Well, does 9 teams in the Big 12 seem not? Does that seem like it can't happen? 9 teams in the Big 12.
I wouldn't be the one to say that or speculate on that. That would be for our administration to answer those kind of questions.
Do you understand the highlight policy with the Longhorn Network? First, it looked like they couldn't. Now it looks like they might be able to. I mean,
I don't understand it, but it seems like they got a good deal there, so they're going to take out the boring parts of the game and just put in the good parts. I was figuring if they were showing the whole game, people would get disinterested and might not see the good parts. So we'll see.
Coaches, how has Josh Heupel put his stamp on the offense? How is it? Is it going to be basically the same? I'm sure, but I mean, how's he individualized it for himself?
I don't know that he has. We'll see. You know, as the season goes, but as a play caller, but you know, Josh Heupel and Jay Norvell are putting the offense together with the other coaches, and I think that's what everybody's. I don't think gets enough that all those guys put their stamp on it. They're in meetings constantly putting the plan together of we like this, we don't like this. This is the way we're going to run the ball. This is what, and they're all a part of it. Josh has to call it. So we'll see how he puts it. You know, we haven't played a game. You know, other than I thought he did a great job in the Fiesta Bowl. All of those guys did. I wasn't happy that one of our best players needed to have more time, Trey Millard, and but that wasn't intentional. That was just kind of an oversight. But that won't happen much because Trey's a great player, and Josh loves him too, and what he does. So we'll still be very multiple in what we do.
You You've been around Josh so long. When you were making this decision, anything stand out on that's the guy I want calling plays on Saturdays?
Well, just as I said, that is the fact that you know, that he's with the quarterbacks, you know, and has been, you know, since he was here for whatever, however many years it's been, since 2006, I guess. Is that right? Yeah. And so just the fact that I believe in playing to your quarterback strengths, and he's in the room every single day, you know, with those guys and what they like, what they're not comfortable with, what he sees that these are the certain route combinations or the certain play actions he really is successful with at practice, and these ones he hasn't been. So I believe he has a better chance to play, you know, to the quarterback's strengths and call plays to his strengths.
I realize that you lived it, but the ESPN All Access, have you watched it, and how do you feel about, do you think you look, you know, good? Coming out of that thing.
I honestly, I've seen very little of it because of all of our meetings, and I didn't know when it was on, or, you know, and plus you're doing meetings, you're at practice, so I have seen very little of it. The few little 5-minute pieces here or there that I've seen seem to have come off well. As I said to someone asked me why would we have done that, I said, look, we're proud of our program. We don't have anything to hide in how we work with our players. In fact, we'd like to brag about it. We do work hard. We do try and be physical and do things the right way, but, you know, hey, come watch it. You know, we're, again, and proud of our players and the way we run our program. So for a young person, 9th, 10th grader watching it, it's got to, you know, they got to get a good insight. Hey, this is maybe where I want to go, and so it was very positive. I thought it was great. The little bit I've seen, I saw a couple segments with players that I thought were really good. In that, I say this a lot. You guys know that the best part of what we do is around these young guys every day, the characters they are, the attitudes they have, the deep faith they have. Just they're great young men, young guys, and I mean not just at Oklahoma, across the country. And it's good for people to be able to see them that way, not the 1-2% that are in trouble that everybody's going to cover, you know. But the overall, the other 98% are doing it the right way, and are really guys that, again, 98% of them aren't going to go to the NFL, and are going to do things right, have a great experience, and, you know, and help your alma mater. You know, it's good for people to see them that way.
And have not seen them imitating you?
I have not, but I have enough walked in the locker room enough to catch them that it's not surprising to me. So,
does that affect the playing time?
In fact, I was given another one of those speeches just the other day about "you're done," and they all started laughing. So, well, first they tried to snicker without laughing, and then I started laughing, so they knew it was okay to laugh. So, but, you know, so it's okay. You know, you gotta laugh at yourself too, and I do. I have no problem with that.